Will iOS become more like macOS? This is iCave Answers.
Your Apple questions answered. It's iCave Answers with iCave Dave.
I'm iCave Dave and I simplify Apple so that everything just works for you. And in this iCave Answers we are answering Phil Rosa-Leeke's question. Hashtag iCave Answers. I wish Apple would redo their iOS so that it's more like their desktop OS. By that I mean you can have a folder structure. What's your opinion? Android manage it with their Linux system. Plus, do you think that Apple will ever add an SD expandable memory slot to their iPhones? Thank you for all your videos. So, a couple of sections there. I think the second section is a lot easier to answer than the first one. So, will Apple ever add SD expandable memory cards to their iPhones? Absolutely not. It will not happen at any point. If they were going to do it, they would have done it in the past where they had much lower storage built in and they didn't have the iCloud infrastructure built out. But if you look at what's happening on the Android side as well, almost all of the Android phones, at least the flagships, are starting to remove those SD card slots as well and go more to internal memory. Now, the prices for internal flash has dropped. It looks like Apple will be probably increasing their base storage next year for the base iPhones, probably in line with the iPhone Pros, which will be at 128. But I have basically zero hope that they will at any point add expandable storage to their phones. Apple is very much pushing everything towards being completely waterproof, completely portless, and also using the cloud for a lot more stuff. So I'm afraid not. That one's not going to happen. In terms of making iOS more like macOS, and certainly having the file system, we do now have the Files app, so it depends what you are actually wanting to do. They're never going to give you access to the iOS kind of system files because there's no need to, and the vast majority of people don't want that anyway. There's a handful of people that would be interested in that. Those people would probably end up breaking their phones as well if they had access to it and had the opportunity to fiddle with it. Because, let's be honest, I know when I was a younger guy and I used to play around with Windows, I used to break files left, right and centre. I'd be going into, registry files and changing this and tweaking that and switching the scroll direction and all sorts of stuff. And that's the last thing that Apple wants to be dealing with at the Genius Bar. However, if you mean a general folder structure, you can pretty much get to most of it in the Files app. It's not the same as macOS. All of the apps are sandboxed, and the reason for that is security. That's to keep your files safe and to keep the operating system safe from having a malicious app that was to come in and potentially try and affect the files from other apps. The sandboxing that Apple puts into iOS basically means that no app can access other apps' files without your explicit permission, and that is something that would be a lot harder to do if you had a full-on file storage tree that, again, the vast majority of users would never go near. So hopefully that disappoints. I know that's not the answer that you were hoping for, but no, I don't think you will ever get a full file system. Now, that being said, with Lightning, you can certainly plug in external storage drives, but you will need a USB converter for it, in the same way that you can with the iPads that come with USB-C. You can use external storage in terms of SD cards through an SD card reader, again through the Lightning port, but it's not in the same way. Like, you can't edit a file that's on an external drive. You'd need to import it, edit it on your phone, then export it again. So I think it is far more useful in the vast majority of cases to use something like Dropbox or iCloud storage or something like that than to try and attach more storage to the phone itself. But thank you for the question, and if you've got a question that you would like answered on one of these shows, all you need to do is leave me a message down in the comments with hashtag iCaveAnswers, and I will answer it for you. And don't forget, we do Apple news, leaks and rumours every weekday at 12 UTC, so make sure that you subscribe and hit the notification bell so that you don't miss it. Thanks so much for watching.